Hi there, it's Katya. I want to talk about what I think and what to my mind is really the antithesis, the medicine and the remedy for addiction. And there's not one, right? Because addiction has many pieces. Gabor Mate really talks about connection being the missing piece. And I want to talk about another piece. And that piece is mastery. So, mastery, what is mastery? It's really a commitment to the process of deepening your relationship with an art, a skill, a craft, any area of life, any discipline. And mastery, if there's one defining factor to it, is that it takes time. There's the sort of throw out number that people talk about, the 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. And although I really don't believe that there's any amount of time that we could say, that to me just is another evidence of this kind of, instant gratification thinking. Even though it's not instant, it's putting a number on it. Okay, how long until I can become an expert? How long until I can become a master? But it still hints to the fact that mastery takes time. Now, if we think about addiction, it's a kind of extreme presentation, manifestation of this instant gratification, quick fix mentality. And what I really want to say about that mentality is that it is pervasive in our culture. So we are taught this through advertising, through all kinds of conditioning, essentially, from a very young age. And because of this, actually making a commitment to mastery, actually making a commitment to going on a different path from that quick fix mentality is really going against the grain, and it's really galvanizing oneself. It requires a lot of internal motivation in the context of a culture that really just throws out like, hey, instant gratification is great. It's what keeps us going. Here's the thing. When we are in a process, in a commitment, in a dedicated process of practicing something, honing something, mastering something, ultimately, what happens is that our life force begins to flow. There begins to be a lot of energetic flow in the body. So we are actually using our inner resources, which are kind of infinite. Human potential is, once we actually start tapping it, it's mind-blowing how it just keeps on. It's like that pot that just keeps refilling and you don't know where it's coming from. So when we engage in something like that, our life energy is flowing and we feel alive. Now, when we feel alive, that eliminates any need for a substance, for a behavior that raises our adrenaline or is risky. And we actually find that we start to enjoy the whole process, because it is a process. It's a journey that can last a whole lifetime of unfolding into really deepening our understanding of some area, some discipline. We realize that that is actually more enjoyable to us than any high, because those kind of fake highs were just a substitute for this, which is the real thing. So, translating this to an action step. And this is really like, we're getting to it very quickly in a process that if I'm going through this with a client, this can take a long time to actually get them to this point. So just use this as a kind of taste, as a, play with this inside of yourself, as what comes up when you entertain this idea of really asking yourself, what is it that I love? What is it that I love to do? What is it that evokes passion in me and care? What is it that I care about? Right? For me, what really woke that up was yoga. When I started the practice of yoga, and then the practice of teaching yoga, that whole process really awoke something in me that was like, actually, this is a very, very deep, it's a very long road. It's a very deep tunnel. It's a very, there's so much to learn. And it's challenging me to my capacity, or what feels to be that way. And so I found something in my life where I could sink my teeth into something. And I really truly believe that addicts are people that are, one, very sensitive to the world and all the suffering that's going on, and and that's one factor. But that also there's a huge amount of creativity there, that is waiting to be tapped. And because of fear, because of lack, because of how we were conditioned to go for that quick fix, we actually didn't ever get on that road, the mastery road. So for you, the action step that I'm proposing is that I want you to pick one thing that so far has lit you up. And then every time that you want to go for the addictive behavior, do the other thing instead. I'm not saying it'll get rid of it overnight, but try it, experiment with it, play with it. As much as you can, if it's writing, instead of, going and doing the addictive behavior, sit down at your desk and commit yourself. I'm going to write for 20 minutes, even 10 minutes, even 5 minutes, right? That might not be enough to really get you in the flow, but we sometimes start with baby steps. So start with what you need to start with and try doing that behavior. By doing that, you will begin repatterning your brain, and you will begin to enjoy that feeling of honing something in a way that will start to transform you deeply from the inside. So that's your action step. And I would love to hear your comments. So comment under this video, or go to curbthebinge.com and comment. Katya.coach is going to be up soon. So find ways to connect with this work, with me, with our community, and share what's going on for you. If you don't have something yet that really lights you up, if you don't know what on earth that could possibly be, then send out the call. Really make an intention, and speak to whoever it is you speak to, whether it's your own higher self, your deeper self, or any kind of higher power that you relate to, and really ask to be shown this path of mastery for you. I believe we all have one, and I really wish you an amazingly joyful journey of discovery on yours. Namaste. I bow to the light within you.